Let me show you just how easy it is to install Home Assistant on the new DXP 4800 GT from UGREEN as a virtual machine, so as you get the full functionality of Home Assistant with all of the add-ons, or apps as they're called now. So to start with, we need to get a virtual machine image from the Home Assistant website. Well, it's not from the Home Assistant website, it's actually from GitHub. I will put this URL down in the description so as you can go find it if you want to, if you don't know how to get it already. But all you do is you open up this page and you look under this releases section here, and I'm going to click on the latest release, which is Home Assistant OS 17.3. We're going to scroll down to the assets section and we're looking for a VirtualBox image, which is OVA 17.3 VDI.zip, just here. So this one here, the OVA, and it says VDI.zip at the end. So let's download that file. And it is currently downloading here. Now once that's downloaded, you obviously need to extract the zip file, and that is doing that just here. So now I've got the actual .vdi file here ready to go. So now you need to open the UGOS web interface. Now you can do some of this from the actual UGREEN desktop app if you want to, but some parts of it won't work properly in that app. You need to use the web interface. So it's easier all round if you just log into the web interface. Now, assuming you've installed the virtual machine app from the App Center already, which I have, you just need to open that up. You go to New VM and Import Virtual Machine. We're going to choose to import from a disk file, and next we're going to choose a disk image, and we have to upload the image manually. Upload image from local computer, and we just choose the VDI file that we downloaded a few minutes ago. And oh, we've got to give it a name, and I'm going to call this HAOS. What am I going to call it? It was 17.3, was it? I don't know, can't remember what it was, but it doesn't really matter. We'll give it a name and confirm, and it's uploading now. Okay, once that's uploaded, we can close that down and we can actually choose it from the drop down list now. Go to next. Where are we going to install it? Well, I've only got one volume to install it on, so I'm going to click on next there. Now the VM name, I'm going to call it Home Assistant OS, and the system type is Linux. I'm going to give it 2 CPU. I'm going to give it 4 gig of RAM. What else are we going to do? Yeah, we've got a 32 gig drive. Now I'm going to change the network to this one here, VNet Bridge 1, because I've actually got my network cable plugged into Ethernet port 1 instead of 0, but depending on which network port you've got yours plugged into, you can just change it to whichever one is actually connected. So I need to change it to that one there. What else do I need to change? I think I need to go to advanced. Yeah. We're going to enable the USB controller on here, so just USB 2 for now. And the bootstrap type, it's very important you change that to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi? I think it's pronounced Wi-Fi. So we're going to do that. Auto start, you can set to on, so as it starts whenever the NAS is booted up. I think that's good. We're going to go to done, but we're not going to start it just yet. Okay, so you can see it's not running at the moment. We're not going to click on start. We're going to actually go down to settings. We're going to go down to the disk image, and we're going to increase the storage. Now 32 gig is probably okay, but if you just want to give it a bit more storage, we can give it 128 gig and apply that. So let's boot that up, and we can see the progress by going to these 3 little dots here and connect from new page. And what you should end up with is this console here, so we can see the whole boot process. Okay, that's all booted up, and on this screen you can see the all-important IP address that I need, which is 192.168.0.43. Can I remember that here? We want to go to 192.168.0.43:8123, and here we go. It's the Home Assistant installation thing. So I'll let this do its thing and then we'll go through the main configuration process. Well, that's all looking good. Let's do the basic create my smart home, give myself a user account. We'll just do this here. I bet it's going to try and save my password. Never save my password, thank you. Next, we're not in Amsterdam, but that'll do. We're in the UK. I just want to rattle through this and get it sorted so as I can show you that Home Assistant is up and running. That was super quick. So what if you wanted to access physical devices like a Zigbee network? Well, I've got a Zigbee USB adapter just here. Remember that we enabled USB support for the virtual machine? Well, it should just be a case of plugging this into the NAS and it detects it. So let me just go down and plug this into the NAS, which is under my desk here. Okay, now that that's plugged in, we need to go back over to UGOS and the virtual machine app, and we're just going to edit the settings of the virtual machine. We go over to advanced and we're going to add a USB device, and there you can see Silicon Labs Sky Connect. Okay, apply, and is it applying? Yep. Let's go back over to Home Assistant. We go down to settings, devices and services, and we should see Home Assistant Sky Connect. Yay! We just add that there. We can use it as a Zigbee or a thread adapter. Recommended installation. I now have a new Zigbee network, well, forming a new Zigbee network. Yeah, that did take a couple of minutes to go through its process of setting up the network, but now we have it there and we should be able to go to here and see we've got a Zigbee network all ready to go using ZHA. So full hardware integration with USB devices, with all of the full App Store here. Look, we've got the App Store for Home Assistant and everything. Absolute full functionality for everything you could possibly need in Home Assistant, really. Anyway, I will stick a link to the DXP 4800 GT down in the description in case you are interested, or you can scan the QR code on the screen for more information. A massive thank you, as always, to my channel members and patrons listed here for supporting the channel. If you'd like to get early access to my videos and some bonus content too, then check out the links in the description for information on joining. Please give the video a like and subscribe to my channel for free to see more from me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.